Hello and welcome to our number talk. Today we are looking at the expression 81 minus 33. What we do in number talk is we use mental math. That means no paper, no pencil to try to solve an expression, and then we look at all the different ways we could have figured it out. So before we go any further, let's go ahead and do that. Pause the video, work out 81 minus 33 in your head. When you have your difference, go ahead and unpause the video and we will look at all of the different strategies we could have used together. So the first strategy we can use is called adding up. And what we do is we start with our little number, which actually has a term. It's called the subtrahend. We don't use it very often, but let's go ahead and use correct vocabulary here. We're going to take our subtrahend 33 and we want to add all the way up to our big number, which, as you can guess, also has its own term. It's called the minuend. So we are going to add up. So let's start with our subtrahend. We're just going to take a jump, and we want to get to the next 10. So the next 10 is going to be 40. And we got to think, all right, that's a plus 7. Now we want to make a big jump from our 40 all the way up to the 10 closest to 81 without going over. Big jump. So that's 80. I can go from 40 to 80 without going over 81. And I just got to think, well, how far away is 40 from 80? So if I skip count by 10s from 40, I'll get 50, 60, 70, 80. So that's a plus 40. And then I've got boop, one little jump right there, plus 1. So if I add these jumps, I've got a 7 and a 40. That's 47. Add that 1. Hopefully you got this difference in your head when you worked it out, of 48. Another strategy that we can use is called compensation. So what we do is we take our subtrahend, remember that's the second number, and we add whatever it takes to get to the next 10. So I'm going to add 7. So 7 is going to get me up to 40. The reason I'm going to do that is it's going to be a much easier problem. Look, there's no need to do any type of regrouping here, and so I'm just going to do 41 is going to be my answer because 81 minus 40 gets me 41. But remember, I added 7, so that means I took away 7 more than I really needed to. So I took away an extra 7. I've got to give that 7 back, so you end up adding 7 back in. You do 2 adds, and you get back up to your difference of 48. Now, we can also, just like we added up, we can also count back. So we are going to start with our minuend, 81, and we're just going to take some jumps. We want to get back to our subtrahend. So let's jump back here. Now instead of taking one big jump, let's just jump by 10s. So that's 70, and that's 60. Just keep track of our 10s here. And that's 50, and then that's 40. So you're keeping track of all of this in your head if you're doing it like this. And then you're going to take one final little jump there, and that's going to be 33. And then we just need to add up all of these jumps. So that's 1 and 10 is 11, 21, 31, 41, 41 and 7 get you back up to 48. Now, we can use constant difference, and it's like our adding, our compensation, but it's slightly different because we're going to add 7 just like we did to get to that next 10, but instead of subtracting and then adding that 7 back in, let's go ahead and add the 7 to our minuend. So we're going to keep a balanced expression because it's a plus 7 plus 7. We're changing both numbers to easier numbers, but since they're the same number that we're adding to both, it's a 7, they're going to be a constant difference. And so we have a brand new problem, 88 minus 40. But that's the same answer as 81 minus 33 because I changed both terms the same way. And look at that. 88 minus 40, super easy, no regrouping needed, 48. So that's called constant difference. So those are all the ways that I can think of to take away 33 from 81. If you have another way, that's great. Go ahead and add that as a comment on the video. Teachers, if you would like a copy of the slide deck for your own use in the classroom, you can find it on my website at 5minutemath.net.